What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about the JDM K24 that you want to get for your swap and the different ones that they have out there. When it comes to swapping for JDM for a K24, you want one that has this RBB. I'm going to be talking about the R40 one as well, and it is considered performance as well. So that's also an option that you guys have out there. We'll also be talking a little bit about the TSX one, and then the Euro Accord or the Overseas Accord that they got as well, which is also an RBB engine, just different as well. And I'm going to shed a little bit more light regarding the R40, and I'm going to try my best to talk a little bit about the ones that I know a little bit better. So further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so I got my iPad here, and we're going to be talking a little bit and shedding more light on all these. So as you can see, these are all RBB JDM RBBs that I'm going to first be talking about. These are the ones that you want to source. All the ones that I'm going to be talking about here are a compression ratio of 10.5 to 1. So I'm not going to be the dead horse by repeating every single one. I will be elaborating a little bit on the horsepowers. That way you guys have an idea, and also, you know, from my understanding and reading, I don't think any JDM K24 RBBs changed regarding valve sizing and lobes. I believe regarding the ear, even the ear is still the same, unlike the TSX that I'm going to be talking about from my understanding. I'm not too sure on the K24A3 that I'm going to be elaborating. Alright, so the first one we're going to be talking about is going to be the 2002 to 2008 Accord. They also include a Type S on this, and you have a chassis code of CL9 or CM2. This one has a horsepower of 197 and then a torque of 171. The next one we're going to be talking about is the 2002 to 2008. This is also a Honda Accord, but this is the all-wheel drive version, and as you're going to see, all-wheel drive versions for some reason have less torque and then less power as well. I'm not sure why, but I would not let you discourage as well, because it's pretty much all the same. So this one's a chassis code of CM3, and it has a horsepower rating of 187 to 168, which is still not bad. Alright, I will be including pictures as well, as you guys are seeing, so that way you guys have a visual on, you know, how the car looks and the differences. Okay, so the next one on the list here is going to be a 2003 to 2008 Honda Odyssey or Absolute. This is also a JDM version, and it's going to be a chassis code of RB1. This has a horsepower rating of 197 to 171, and then all these engines that I'm talking about, I can range you from, you know, I believe RB1 all the way to RB4. Alright, the next one we have, this is an all-wheel drive Honda Obsolete, a 2003 to 2008, which is equivalent to an Odyssey. This is a, like I was saying, RB2 all-wheel drive version. So you can see it's 187, same as the other one, and torque of 168. So that doesn't change. Those engines right there are pretty much identical, as you guys saw. The only thing that changes is, for some reason, on the all-wheel drive versions, it has slightly less horsepower and slightly less torque, but nonetheless, they're RBB, true performance K24As that you do want to source out, and most likely you're going to. I'm going to be talking about, which is also an RBB engine, is going to be the USDM version of the Acura TSX that we got here. So the first one we'll be talking about is the 2004 to 2005. So this one's pretty much equivalent, spot on to all the JDM ones, because from my understanding, nothing changed on them. Still valve size, I believe it's a 35 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the intake side. You can quote me wrong or not, but it's a 35 millimeter, I believe. Difference that from what I've noticed, really minute. I don't think it changes that much, but it's literally identical. I think the cam loads are identical. Everything's the same, even regarding the ear on the JDM one, it's still the same. So it's going to be the K24A2, and this one has a compression ratio of 10.5 to 1. Horsepower is 197, and then the torque is 166. I want to say, if you can source one of these out for really low miles, by all means go ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong with it. I've seen these at the junkyard. They're popping out, being more frequent, if you want to say. Just be cognizant, you know, of you know, how the engine was treated and how, you know, if it's low miles versus low miles. So, but you can source them out 9 days in a junk. It's going to be the 2006 to 2008 Acura TSX engine. So from what I've heard, this one has a 1 millimeter bigger intake valve. I think it's a 36 if I'm not mistaken from what I heard. It does have the aggressive can lobes as well that everybody sorts for, and the stock ones that everybody wants as well. And this one actually came with a whopping 205 and then 164 pounds of torque. This one's I want to say considered one of the most sought after here in the States, and it's because of that, the upgraded lobes that they did as well. I'm going to be talking about the K24A3 now. So this one we did not get in the state. I think this is more for European, Australian, I believe New Zealand market. So for I believe for the European market, they got it in the Honda Accord 2003 to 2007, same compression ratio of 10.5 to 1. This one has 190 to 175 foot-pounds of torque. It'll be cool if we had that here. It's still the same as a TSX. The next version that I'm going to be talking about, the K24A3, is the New Zealand, and I'm not sure if Europe got it as well. And then the New Zealand, I'm not sure if Europe got it. And then the Australian market, which is a quart euro, same compression ratio, 10.5 to 1, and then same power and torque as the one that I was talking about, which is 190 and 171. So those right there that I just mentioned are all considered RBB engines, 1 through 4. Obviously, with the extension of the lobes and the upgraded versions that I don't believe any of the other ones got, the 2006 to 2008 TSX, K24A2, but these are all RBB and these are all good for swapping. All right, the next one that I'm going to be talking about is going to be the R40 style. So these are JDM, and then I'm going to see if I can find a little bit of information regarding the ones that we got here in the States, because I think it's only 2 that I'm aware of. So if you guys have more information, make sure to put it down below. And a lot of times I just pin the ones that are really informative so everybody else can know as well. So these right here, I'm not too sure, because from my understanding they're not true VTEC. It only has VTEC and the intake side, but it is considered and is classified as a performance engine. So these ones that I'm going to be talking about are JDM versions that they have out there. So the first one that we're going to be talking about is the 2008 to 2013 Honda Accord. This is obviously a newer version, so it's a chassis code of CU2 or CW2. It does have a compression ratio of 11 to 1, and then the horsepower and torque is 203, and then the torque's 171, which is not bad. But like I was saying, I don't believe it to be true VTEC. And those R40s, as you guys can see in the picture, are very different. They got the plastic intake manifold, and then in the back is the single port exhaust. So if you see that while you're sourcing, just keep in mind that's an R40. A lot of things are very different with that. I believe the crank positioning sensor is not located on the harmonic balancer, also known as a crank pulley. I believe it's located more towards the flywheel or the flex plate if it's automatic, but most likely it's manual, so it's going to be the flywheel, and that's where it's located. So it's slightly very, very different. I know when they make style PRB Type S oil pumps, they customize them because it's very, very different. Even the valve cover is very different and will not fit a K24A as well. Kind of like shed a little bit more light on the K24s that you do want to get when you're doing your swap and are considered performance based on the information that I have found. I will try my best to not get the R40 one. That's up to you. I believe they're a little bit more expensive, about the same price. For that same price, you probably could just get the 4 individual port exhaust, which is the one that I currently have on my EG. So that's going to conclude the video, guys. I tried my best. It was hard to illustrate everything on, it was one of the most hardest videos I can say I filmed so far. But if you liked the video, please support, smash that like button, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. Like I always said, if you guys have input information, make sure to share it down below with everybody. If I missed anything or if I said something, just correct me, put some feedback in there, and I will appreciate it. Thank you guys, and see you guys on the next one.